Welcome to the channel. My name is Matthias. Today, we're going to talk about a pretty interesting story arc that took place in the early 90s. It's called the Vidranium Vendetta. Now, this story takes place in 3 Spider-Man annuals. Amazing Spider-Man Annual 25. Then we have Spectacular Spider-Man Annual 11. And last but not least, let me see here, I can't find the page, Web of Spider-Man Annual 7. And what I really love about this story is that back then when I was a kid, this was the first time I encountered in a story Black Panther and Ultron, 2 characters that I really love. So the main premise of this story is that Roxxon has created this artificial vibranium, and it has sparked the interest of 2 main characters. Obviously Black Panther, because artificial vibranium might really hurt Wakandan economy. While at the same time we have Wilson Fisk, who wants to steal how this artificial vibranium is made in the first place and destroy any record of it so he can have a monopoly over it and become very rich. So the story starts off with Mr. Fisk contracting the Ghost, who is an Iron Man villain, to steal all this information. So what happens is Roxxon has a demonstration of this new artificial vibranium. At this event, we have Peter Parker, who's there as a reporter. We have T'Challa, who is Black Panther, who's obviously very interested over this whole situation because this might ruin Wakandan economy. Also, we have Iron Man, who arrives because obviously it's Roxxon. He's always keeping a close eye on this shady corporation. And Iron Man crosses paths with a character, his name is Arthur Dearborn, who works for Roxxon. He's trying to clean up the image of this corporation. I had no idea who this character was, but later on I discovered that he converts into another hero called Solturion. He's like the defender of Roxxon. He has good intentions, but he's pretty misguided during this whole story. So what happens at night, our 3 heroes break into Roxxon's installations. They end up crossing paths. Luckily, we don't have the superhero misunderstanding. They don't start battling amongst each other. But all 3 characters do want to investigate what's the deal with this artificial vibranium, because it's made by Roxxon. Something bad is going to happen. While this is going down, the Ghost also breaks into Roxxon installations. He ends up crossing paths with Spider-Man and Black Panther. We get a brief little skirmish between these characters. And adding to the situation, we have Arthur, who arrives on the scene because he hears all the ruckus. He gets accidentally blasted and he converts into Solturion. Now, I love how much the writer thinks Solturion is a badass because he gets major prominence in all these pages. But personally, I think his design is terrible. It just doesn't work for me. But the thing is, he goes into full-on defense of Roxxon mode. He has to fight against these intruders. Ghost sort of freaks out over this whole situation. He's able to escape. And Spidey's able to knock some sense into Solturion. He stops his attack. Now what happens next is that we cut to Ultron. He's being moved from one prison to another. He had been defeated by the West Coast Avengers. Obviously, Ultron is able to escape. And it had me cracking up that he mentions on more than one occasion that he really hates California. He's not going back there. He finds out about this whole situation with the creation of this artificial vibranium. So he wants to add this to his body armor to make him completely invincible. Note, he's already made out of adamantium. Now we have Ghost hitting another Roxxon location, but now he's pretty much just hellbent on destroying everything relative to Roxxon and has pretty much forgotten his mission on getting the secret of this artificial vibranium. And to his terrible luck, he crossed paths with Ultron. They immediately start battling each other. This leads to our heroes also getting involved, but they get tied up battling Ultron drones outside. And again, they have an encounter with Solturion. Ultron ends up defeating Ghost, and he just ends up bailing out, saying, look, Fisk doesn't pay me enough for this, and he just disappears. So what happens is one of Kingpin's men engages Ultron and tells him, look, we have a common goal. Come talk to Mr. Fisk so you can work together. So what we discover as the story progresses is that this artificial vibranium is very unstable. And basically, it's melting all the metal around it. It's tremendously dangerous. And when Ultron is able to get his hands on it and he gets it out of this Roxxon facility, so we get our final showdown between our heroes and Ultron. And Solturion is the one that gives the final blow against our evil robot. Ultron is totally caught by surprise how powerful Solturion is. So he decides to bail out on the battle. Now our heroes have to deal with this artificial vibranium that's just destroying everything around them. And instead of throwing it into outer space or into a black hole or into the sun, no, they drill a hole to the middle of the earth and they ditch it in the core. So it's a nice variation to that trope. But the thing is, our heroes are victorious. They have defeated Ultron. They have saved the day. So I'm going to leave this video here. Hope you guys liked it. See you guys next time. Bye.